Valter and Andrea got married in 2021. They appeared to be a happy couple living in complete harmony. But what seemed like a picture-perfect marriage, hiding behind smiles and workout selfies, soon revealed a relationship marked by jealousy, betrayal, and emotional chaos. Andrea became increasingly obsessive and jealous, and combined with her dark past, this led to a brutal crime. Valter Aita was 41 years old and a true icon in the world of bodybuilding. Born in Santa Maria, Brazil, his early life was marked by a deep loss. His father passed away when he was only 2.5 years old. From then on, his mother, Aita, took on the responsibility of raising him and his two siblings on her own. It's unclear whether his siblings were older or younger than him. Gacy described Valter as a kind-hearted little boy. Despite the emotional and financial struggles that followed her husband's death, she did everything she could to support her son, even setting up a small gym at home so Valter could train and work. That early encouragement became the foundation of his lifelong passion for bodybuilding. Her initiative proved crucial. It allowed Valter to channel his energy and love for fitness into something constructive, transforming a childhood tragedy into the cornerstone of his future career. As a teenager and young adult, Valter began standing out in the bodybuilding scene, a discipline he embraced with total dedication. Around 2013, he earned a degree in physical education, turning his passion into a profession. As a personal trainer, Valter began working at local gyms, building a reputation as a focused and disciplined athlete. He frequently shared his strict workout routines and diet plans on social media, where he had over 11,000 followers on Instagram. His mother remained a central figure in his life, continuing to support his career. She described him as someone who often faced prejudice for being a bodybuilder, yet never gave up on his dream and pushed forward with determination. Later, seeking new professional opportunities, Valter moved to the city of Chapaco. There, he established himself as a personal trainer at a local gym, training clients while also competing in regional and national bodybuilding competitions. His career took off. Valter won 6 state titles, becoming a 6-time champion, and in 2024 he achieved second place at the World Fitness Federation Championship, one of the sport's most prestigious events. According to those close to him, bodybuilding was almost like a religion for Valter. He devoted 2 decades of his life to perfecting his physique and promoting a healthy lifestyle among his clients. He also shared his fitness journey on social media, inspiring followers with physical transformations and workout tips. According to reports, in 2024, Valter contracted dengue hemorrhagic fever, yet he remained resilient and continued training to prepare for competitions. In 2021, Valter married Andrea Carvalho, whom he had met at one of the gyms where he worked. The couple moved into an apartment together in Chapaco. It's said that Andrea often accompanied Valter to fitness events, standing by his side and celebrating each of his achievements. There's no record of the exact city where she was born or lived before Chapaco, nor of her birth date. Likewise, no reliable sources mention her childhood or family background. What is known, however, is that Andrea carried a dark past. According to reports, in April 2019, Andrea took part in an attempted fatal robbery. The crime was allegedly planned by a man incarcerated in a high-security prison, while Andrea was the one assigned to carry out the plan on the outside. At the time, she failed to complete the crime and was arrested by police. In January 2021, she was convicted in the first trial and sentenced to 18 years and 8 months in prison for this crime. Her sentence was later reduced to 15 years after her defense filed appeals that were reviewed in October 2023. However, when the final arrest warrant was issued in November of that same year, Andrea had already fled, becoming a wanted fugitive. She escaped to another state using false documents and started a new life, living quietly and keeping a low profile. To everyone around her, she seemed perfectly normal. No one suspected she was a convicted criminal on the run. At first, Valter and Andrea's relationship appeared harmonious. Andrea often posted photos of the couple on social media with declarations of love. From the outside, they seemed deeply in love. However, beginning in March 2025, the couple started to have conflicts, with Andrea displaying obsessive jealousy and suspicions of infidelity. Friends reported she accused him of cheating and even expressed a desire to kill him. Andrea began surveilling her husband constantly. She went so far as to make holes in the bedroom wall to watch him without his knowledge. She also filmed Valter while he slept and sent those videos, along with threats, to his phone from an unknown number. One of the messages included knife emojis followed by the phrase, "You will pay." Andrea also vented her frustrations in conversations with an artificial intelligence, describing emotional instability and a desire for revenge over an alleged infidelity. Additionally, the couple had disagreements regarding Andrea's religious practices. Valter disliked her taking part in spiritual rituals. Some sources mention that Andrea followed an Afro-Brazilian religion involving offerings at crossroads, which Valter apparently did not accept. In messages, Valter warned of the risk of being attacked by his wife, yet he continued the relationship despite the warnings. Despite all these conflicts, Valter always tried to ease the tension and remained focused on his career. However, the marriage became increasingly unsustainable, eventually leading to a brutal crime. It was the early hours of September 7, 2025 in Chapaco. Valter was sleeping naked in the couple's downtown apartment on 7th September Street. Consumed by jealousy, Andrea grabbed a large kitchen knife, approached silently, and attacked him by surprise. The first blow struck his jugular. Valter managed to wake up but couldn't defend himself. The severity of the first wound had clearly drained his strength. According to the autopsy report released by the police, he was stabbed 21 times, with injuries to various parts of his body, including his face, neck, head, chest, abdomen, arms, and legs. Cuts on the palms of his hands indicated that Valter had tried to defend himself, but he lost a significant amount of blood. Mortally wounded, Valter crawled down the hallway, leaving a trail of blood leading to the building's staircase. Neighbors reported hearing Valter scream, "God, why are you doing this?" One resident stated that she saw Valter naked, crawling down the hallway toward the stairs through the peephole of her door, but did nothing to help out of fear. He fell unconscious on the stairs, naked and covered in blood, with no help from the neighbors. Police found him already dead on the same staircase and were unable to do anything to save him. Andrea, with minor injuries, cuts on her arm, fingers, and head, claimed self-defense, saying that Valter had attacked her first. According to her, Valter had attacked her in the kitchen. However, the police noticed there was no blood in the kitchen, which didn't make sense. When they saw a large amount of blood in one of the apartment's bedrooms, they concluded that the attack had actually occurred there. The kitchen knife used in the crime was found inside the apartment. The police also observed that several pieces of furniture had been moved and bore bloodstains, indicating a struggle had taken place. They further noted that Andrea's injuries were superficial, consistent with handling the knife rather than defending herself. It was as if she had inflicted those injuries on herself to claim self-defense. Andrea was caught in the act by the police. She was later hospitalized, pretending to be in serious condition, but on September 10th she was transferred to preventive detention. The crime shocked Chapaco. Valter, a 6-time state champion, was something of a local hero. It's reported that some gyms even suspended classes in mourning. Andrea, a fugitive for a serious crime, had been using a false identity to go unnoticed, but at the police station, officers uncovered the truth. There is no information confirming whether Andrea is her real name. The investigation conducted by the Chapaco Homicide Division concluded on October 1st that the crime was an intentional homicide qualified by a trivial motive, with the victim unable to defend himself. In her statement, Andrea confessed to the crime but claimed she had only stabbed her husband 3 times. She alleged that her motivation was an alleged infidelity she had discovered back in March, as well as a religious conflict. Andrea mentioned that the disagreements with Valter included her religious practices, stating that he disliked her participating in spiritual offerings and did not accept that part of her spiritual life. She continuously tried to justify the crime and portray herself as a victim, but her criminal history and the evidence collected in the couple's apartment worked against her. For the authorities, all evidence points to the crime being premeditated by Andrea, which further worsens her situation. Currently, Andrea is held in a women's prison awaiting trial. She could face up to 30 years in prison for the crime against Valter, in addition to serving the 15-year sentence she received for an attempted robbery murder. Valter Aita's body was transferred from Chapaco to his home state on the morning of September 9th, in accordance with the wishes of his mother and family. Before being transferred, Valter's body underwent funeral preparations, including thanatopraxy, a facial reconstruction procedure, due to the severe injuries he had sustained to his face. The wake took place on September 9th, attended by friends and family who gathered to pay their respects. The burial was held later that same afternoon, where those close to Valter said their final goodbyes.